Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Today, I want to talk to you about the 7 stages of spiritual awakening, because at the moment, a lot of people are going through a spiritual awakening, and it comes with its own set of challenges. And if you know exactly where you are in your spiritual awakening, then that will help you with taking the steps to get to where you want to be. So that is why today I want to talk about the 7 stages of spiritual awakening, so that you can discover in which stage you are and what comes with it and how you can handle it best. So let me ask you this. Do you feel disconnected? Or maybe you feel detached, like it's not really real where you are, or that you're not really living in the current moment. Maybe you're living in your bubble, and it doesn't have to be all of the time. It can be sometimes. I know I feel this way every now and then. Or maybe you find that you have reevaluated your beliefs. Like, is your dream still your dream? Is your goal still your goal? Do you still want what you thought you wanted? That is reevaluating beliefs, also something that I've been going through lately. Or maybe do you experience more synchronicities, like seeing double digits on the clock, or having a sense of déjà vu, a feeling like you've been here already, or you've done this already? Or maybe your relationships are beginning to shift, and you might be losing people in your life, or you might be gaining wonderful new people in your life. If you've answered yes to even one of these questions, then chances are high that you are going through a spiritual awakening. And I often get the question, but Barbara, how do I know if I'm going through my spiritual awakening? And my answer is this one. Spiritual seekers who are on the path to re-enlightenment tend to fall into one of the following 7 categories that I want to talk to you about today. And it's best to know that a person can go through these levels in almost any order. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on to 7. No, it can be 1, 7, 3, 2, 6, 4, 5, 1, 3, 1, 5, 7, or something similar. So it doesn't have to be in order. And that's because we all awaken in our own way, at our own pace. So for instance, some people need multiple catalysts, so multiple traumas or life-changing events in their life in order to fully own their spiritual power, so they may continue to cycle back to the first level. Others may skip several stages and end up living the life their soul intended without having gone through the same trials. At whichever stage you find yourself, trust that you are exactly where you need to be at that time, even if it feels shitty, even if it feels uncomfortable. I know, I've been there. It can really be shitty and uncomfortable, but trust that you are exactly where you need to be at exactly the right time. And also know that if you repeat a certain stage, then you are helping to solidify the lesson. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong, or that you're stubborn, pig-headed, or not capable of learning or growing. It's just that you haven't learned the lesson well enough. And by learning it now, it will prevent disasters or heavy experiences in the future. So be grateful for the lesson and that you are able to handle it right now. Hi, my name's Barbara, and I am a transformation guide and a soul igniter for people who identify as black sheeps, rebels, trailblazers, weird, strange, different, unicorns, unique, outsiders, aliens, pathfinders, hippies, highly sensitive people, HSPs, empaths, or just very intuitive or spiritual, who are kind, warm, loving, and caring, and who are ready to step into the driver's seat of their life as their authentic spiritual self, with a clear vision of who they are, what they want, what they stand for, what they believe in, and what is really important to them. I help them to break through all of the blocks that are preventing them from being that person and living that life. And then I help them to create an action plan on how to turn that vision into their new reality. And like I said, today I want to talk to you about the 7 stages of spiritual awakening. And the first stage is called the catalyst. And the catalyst is like a life-changing, paradigm-shifting event that jolts you awake. It can also be a series of gentler, minor awakenings occurring until you are fully awake and aware. It could be loss of family members. It could be a loss of your job. It could be losing your twin flame like I had to go through. It could also be ending up in a burnout. It can be all these types of things like a near-death experience or a life-threatening illness, or it could be a depression or a breakdown, or maybe a spirit visitation. Maybe your intuitive or medium powers are coming in, or you're suddenly hearing light language, or maybe you're meeting your soulmate. These are all examples of the catalyst, the life-changing, paradigm-shifting event, or maybe a minor, gentler awakening that could be occurring. And it comes with emotions. And typical emotions that come with the catalysts are emotions like disbelief, or shock, or awe, having a hard time believing that that is what's happening, having a hard time accepting that that is what is happening, feeling like the earth has been swept away, like a big gaping hole opened up under your feet and you're plunging into it. You're not really understanding what's happening, and that can also cause fear. It can also cause frustration and sadness and an overall feeling of despair, maybe even. Know that that is natural in the stage of the catalyst, and that it means that you are awakening to your soul path. The second shift, or the second stage, is called a shift in perception. And this is where you begin to see things differently, and that also alters how you perceive your life. Examples of this might be you're dissatisfied with your job. You're feeling like, is this really all there is to life? You know, I should be happy. I should have everything that my heart desires. I have maybe a nice partner, a nice house, a job, but you're not satisfied with it. You're feeling like there needs to be more to life than this. Maybe you're having relationship issues. Maybe you're longing for your soulmate. Or maybe you have a strong desire to move, a need for a change of scenery. I have always had a very strong desire to move and to leave this country and to move someplace else. It could also be that you started losing interest in your hobbies and you feel like you're floating a bit or drifting a bit. But it could also be that you're questioning the status quo. This also comes with emotions, and typical emotions for this stage is feeling discomfort, like your life no longer feels like it fits you. It can also come with confusion. You're unclear about what is happening and why it is happening, and you don't really know how to deal with it. If you're in this stage, then please reach out to me, because I know this stage really well. I know all of the stages really well, but this stage particularly, I know really well. And I can help you go through this. So if this is what you're experiencing, please don't hesitate to reach out and to just see if I can help you, if we are a good fit, if you feel like this would be a good step for you. I'm here for you to help. The third stage is called the journey of discovery. And in this stage, your field of awareness expands and new information starts to stream in. Examples of this could be that you're starting to see more synchronicities. You're starting to see double digits on the clock, like 1111 or 2222 or 3333 or any type of occurrence like this. It can also be that your premonitions and your hunches are starting to come true. Or maybe you are having prophetic dreams and visions about your future or other people's future, maybe even. Or you're seeing and hearing things that other people don't. And your psychic abilities are starting to come in, your mediumship abilities are starting to come in. Maybe you're starting to hear light language or things, voices that are telling you or inspiring you that you cannot really understand just yet, or that has never happened to you before. This is normal when you're awakening spiritually. And of course, this stage also comes with, excuse me, with emotions. And typical emotions for this stage are thrills and chills. So feeling titillated, but also a bit frightened each time that you experience your connection with the spiritual realm or with the spirit realm. It can also be that you are experiencing isolation, not feeling comfortable sharing your experiences with your friends or your family because they look at you like you're crazy and they don't understand, and that makes you maybe think there's something wrong with you. But you also don't really know where to turn for help and guidance. Also, if you're in this stage, reach out to me. I'm here to help. I understand. The fourth stage that I've identified is the stage of seeking to understand, because you begin to see the magic in the mundane. Example events of this stage are your thirst for spiritual knowledge. It might be that you start following spiritual leaders, or that you start connecting with other spiritual people. Maybe you have bought spiritual books or books about spirituality, about the law of attraction, about manifestation, mediumship, chakras. You start ferociously reading them. Or maybe you've joined groups or maybe online courses or quizzes to find out what's going on with you. You are seeking out like-minded individuals with whom to share your experiences, like maybe joining my Solutions group every Wednesday, where you can talk with like-minded people and share experiences, but also learn and grow as a person. Maybe you've started seeing psychics or intuitives for readings to figure out what's going on with you. Maybe you've started attending classes and workshops about spirituality, about mediumship, about light language. Maybe you've started traveling to sacred places like Sedona or Machu Picchu or Stonehenge. It feels like you're seeking your true purpose. Emotions that can come with this stage are excitement and joy and exhilaration. You're craving more of these experiences, and you're wanting to share your experiences with people who get it, who understand, like me or the people in my group Solutions. But you can also feel impatience, like things aren't going fast enough. You can't learn fast enough, and you want to be there, wherever there is, because you're probably not really knowing what there is, but you want to be there. You know, you have this sense of urgency, impatience within yourself. The fifth stage is developing your spiritual gifts. And this is where you consciously start seeking a deeper connection with source, or with spirit, or with the universe, your higher self, the thinking substance out there, God. There are so many words for it. I prefer to use source or the universe, but example events of this stage would be that you started meditating, and maybe you start doing yoga or qigong or other mindful activities. And you've also started being more creative and expressing yourself by painting or writing or drawing or singing. You might be studying healing modalities like Reiki or reconnection or rebalancing, access bars, soul body fusion, stuff like that. I know, I've done them all. You might also be honing your intuition, like conducting your own angel card readings or your own oracle card readings to get messages from spirit or to help you interpret your messages from spirit. It could also be that you feel a desire to start strengthening your relationship with your spiritual guides, doing meditations to connect with them or finding peaceful moments to tune into your spiritual guides. You might feel a wanting to heal the world. You see everything that's wrong with it and you just feel called to do something about it. That's all events that tell me and you that you are developing your spiritual gifts, which is the 5th stage. And this also comes with emotions like joy, because you're feeling the reconnection with your higher self and joy and source. And that feels satisfactory, it feels fulfilling, it feels happy, it feels loving. But you could also be eager because you want to share your gifts with other people. The 6th stage is owning your spiritual gifts. And this is when you start trusting your connection with source, with your higher self, with the universe. Example events of this stage are answering your own questions and you start healing yourself. And maybe you start teaching and mentoring and guiding and healing others. If you want to become a healer or have a business where you guide, mentor, heal, and teach other people, that is also something that I can guide and help you with. So if this is the stage that you're in and you need some help, I'm here, reach out. It could also be that you're pruning or purging outmoded beliefs and you are eliminating stress, maybe changing your jobs or getting rid of people in your life that no longer serve you, that no longer match who you are and who you want to be and energies that you want in your life. You are now living with integrity and you are speaking your truth. And you're being your own role model and you're forgiving yourself and you're forging your own unique path. These are all examples of being in the stage of where you are owning your spiritual gifts. And this also comes with emotions like happiness, because you're finally able to help both yourself, but also other people. And also an increase in confidence because you know you are on the right path. This is a really great stage to be in. And like I said before, you can bounce around between these states and you can also experience multiple of them at the same time. Like you have a day where you experience stage 6 and then a day where you're in stage 1 and then the next day you're in stage 4. And then you go back to stage 6 again because you healed yourself. You know, everything's possible. And the 7th and last stage that I want to share with you today is reintegrating with your soul. And this is where you begin to manifest a life that is in true alignment with your highest self. And example events of this stage could be you're losing your previous fears and your previous interests and your previous desires. And you're no longer scared of what you used to be scared of, but you're also no longer interested in what you used to be interested in. And you are doubting if what you wanted is still what you want. That is an example of being in this final stage, at a stage where you are reintegrating with your soul. And I've spoken to a lot of people that are now experiencing this stage, myself included. It could also be that you are letting go of the need to control and you're letting go of worrying and planning, and you've started living more fully in the now. Floating along with the river instead of trying to paddle upstream. And you're creating and you're playing and you're laughing with childlike abandon. That is very important, to just let go, have fun, and enjoy, create, play, laugh a lot. And you're thinking about life outside of 3D, life in 5D, or maybe even 12D, if that is where you're at. And typical emotions of this stage are peacefulness, like an inner peace and finding your inner stillness. But it can also be detachment, because you are no longer as wrapped up in the drama of ego. These were the 7 stages of spiritual awakening that I wanted to share with you today. And I really hope that the information that I told you today was valuable to you and that it will help you navigate your spiritual awakening journey. Please feel free to reach out to me at whatever stage you are in to find out if I can help you in any way. I offer a free coffee chat to anyone who would like to connect, to talk, to have a heart-to-heart conversation. And the link to book that one is below this video. I would also like to encourage you to share your thoughts, your experiences, your comments, your tips, or your questions with me below this video. And if you are catching this on YouTube, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, so you will help me reach even more people and you will not miss another video again. For today, there's nothing left for me to do than to wish you an incredible, amazing day and to ask you to stay tuned for more tips to come soon. Have an amazing day and talk to you again real soon.